everyone, my name is Aline Reiniche. I'm an expert in mobile ad tech solutions. I am more recently interested in Web3 innovations in all sectors and particularly in HR tech. And this is in this context that I have had the chance to meet one of the key women leaders in HR tech, leadership and career management, Géraldine Woloch-Addamine, the CEO of Good4work. Good4work is a total talent recognition software whose mission is to harness the power of Web3 to increase team and employee engagement by recognizing and rewarding talent for individuals and for teams. Hi, Géraldine.
Hi, Aline. Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure.
I would like to thank you very much for granting me this interview today because your time is precious. My first question could be, could you introduce yourself and tell us more about your career path?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a French-Californian HRTech Web3 entrepreneur based in San Francisco, and I love its creative people and the city's energy. And before that, I lived and worked in Paris. Unlike other tech entrepreneurs, I don't have a technical background, but a skill set in HR and global leadership, contributing to various industries like IT, construction, engineering, and education. So my passion lies in creating new teams and people, emphasizing the importance of connecting people together and leveraging technology for a positive impact.
Wow. Amazing career path. And it's not ended. Could you please describe the Good4work solution and explain for whom it was created?
Sure. So for the big picture, today in our new world of work, more hybrid and digital, even if we have access to a bigger pipe of global talents, we are facing the same massive problem. The talent capability fails to sustain the competitivity of companies because of the global shortage of skilled workers. All over, we experience the same symptoms of the same problem. So it's true that at the moment we hope that Gen AI will help with the decrease in productivity in the coming years, but there is no actual guarantee at all about that. So today the lack of skilled workers creates disengagement as it increases the workload on existing employees who often have to take on additional responsibilities, which can lead to overwork, burnout, and a decrease in productivity and employee engagement, and obviously turnover. So it's not a coincidence that top performing CEO focus 43% more on talent development and retention than other CEOs. So the source of performance obviously lies in talent, and many industries are facing that shortage of skilled talent. So indeed, not only in IT, but also, as you have heard, healthcare, engineering and manufacturing, financial services, education, transportation and logistics, etc. So this is why we keep talking at the moment about skill-driven organizations, because talents are the sum of the specific skills. And in other words, skills are the smaller elements, the atoms, the attributes, much easier to find in different people than chasing, the super rare talent who knows everything. So over my years of experience, I learned, being in talent management, I learned how to spot talents and to play to people's strengths. And this skill identification is definitely at the core of the Good4work product. And it even goes a step further because it's all about skill recognition, for sure, but it's also about skill tokenization with a Web3 add-on. So Good4work is meant for team leaders to equip them with a great tool for their talent management, development, and optimization initiatives. So it helps them to engage their teams through skill and soft skill recognition with badges that captures positive feedback and milestones, but in the flow of work. That's how it works.
Could you tell us more about the benefits of this software, your total talent recognition software?
Yes, sure. So a few words about the benefits. So I started creating badges for skills that capture positive feedback and milestone in the flow of work. Okay. Later, I discovered through my first customers that blockchain actually was the best technology to realize the Good4work vision of capturing employees' proof of recognition. This is how we call that, to increase motivation and engagement. So how does that work? Good4work is about capturing the strengths of people in the flow of work. And we make that in the flow of work by allowing people to send positive feedback from where they are, which is their team communication tool, which can be Microsoft Teams or Slack. And they can send from there positive feedback to emphasize the behavior attached to the skill that they have identified. So anyone can send a positive feedback in a 360-degree overview fashion. So it can be a peer, it can be a team member, it can be a manager, it can be even a customer. So I led career management and development initiatives and processes in the corporate world. So this is why I know how important it can be to remove biases in the career management process. The more inputs we have from different people, service, the more robust the career data. Plus, most of the time, we miss the hidden skills, especially the soft skills. We don't necessarily know who is the bilingual person who can help answer a customer, the chat GPT or Excel rockstar, and it's getting even worse with soft skills. How do you know who has the best communication skills or can be a good manager in the virtual world? It's hard to say, right? So if you are not proactive identifying a specific soft skill in the flow of work, you want to know which team member is more supportive of others. You want to know who fosters a positive atmosphere. You want to know who is always generous in sharing information. So this is definitely critical insight because that person has a potential, obviously, to become a manager. So what offers Good4work is a kind of a continuous skill mapping and recognition process through that continuous positive feedback loop. And we leverage Web3 to increase the incentive and the reward coming after the skill identification and recognition. So how do we use Web3? We use Web3 for skill tokenization so that people can keep forever with full ownership their career credentials or proof of recognition in a career wallet. So think of, for example, a competency passport on the blockchain that you can keep forever, even after you leave the company. Indeed, Web3 is not there to replace Web2, but to accelerate its power. What I mean by that, and I think it's very important to underline this, we know that Web2 has failed in terms of data ownership and privacy as the users' data are in the hands of a few tech giants, right? So you have the right to own your career data. It's important. With blockchain technology, that helps. And blockchain technology can definitely help you not to lose everything when you leave your company, while later having to rebuild your credibility from scratch in your next job. So definitely you can have this portable proof of recognition that can help you rebuild your credibility faster. So by exporting your proof of recognition for skills or soft skills on the blockchain in your career portfolio or career wallet, you can remove friction in the recruitment process, whether on the employee side or on the employer side. And this is what we do. And for that, we do have a Web3 add-on to Good4work, which is a career wallet on the blockchain through our partnership with the Velocity Foundation. So we kind of create a new category in blockchain for good. We create utility rewards, which are not tied to a specific financial value, but more to a perceived intrinsic value and something very precious of what can be the proof of career. And you can collect that, you can collect your proof of career in that meaning. There are more in that sense like collectibles. And you can plug your skill collectible into your resume as well. And as an HR practitioner, you can even build your recognition program out of it and tie it to your benefits. So
I would love to try and use your tool, because I've got, I think with my experience, a couple of key hard skills and for sure a couple of soft skills. And I would love to try and create badges, and yeah, I can't wait to test it and to use it in my next moves. Why would customers need this technology now?
Yeah, such a great question. At the moment, we keep hearing about the value of skills-based organization and their initiatives and programs for upskilling or reskilling, because organizations are precisely moving away from the job-dominant operating models and the job description based only on task, toward more skill-based approaches that drive more productivity, innovation, that can reduce silos and improve employee retention and engagement. So definitely skill-based organizations are a big deal in terms of competitiveness and performance. So hiring for skills opens up the talent pool through skills-based hiring, which is, by the way, also 5 times more predictive of job performance than hiring for education or only education credentials. So this is why, according to Mercer Global Talent Trend, a top 5 priority for HR leaders today is definitely about mapping the skills. Why? Because you can use skills mapping and taxonomy for all the most strategic talent management programs. It can be for talent capability, performance management, cost optimization, workforce planning. So skill mapping, recognition, and tokenization becomes, in that sense, a very strategic tool to ensure the competitiveness of organizations.
And from that perspective, how could you get more and more adoption?
Yeah. So the big problem companies face is more of a practical problem, because skills taxonomy and mapping is a very challenging initiative. Oh. Any HR person or manager would tell you how they got lost in their skills taxonomy definitions and in their professional nomenclatures. I was one of them. It's a very complex topic. On top of that, yes, nightmare. On top of that, in Europe, for example, you have an additional layer of compliance with the European nomenclature. So it can take years for companies to identify and define their competencies. And when they finally have completed the job, the competencies is outdated. According to research, the average half-life of skills is less than 5 years. So this huge program can take more time and can definitely make the competencies outdated. So that's why a new approach is which is more effective, is very needed. This is why at Good4work, we help our customers map their skills and soft skills at the team level first, through workshops to empower leaders before using the product, starting small at the team level. And we see, and where we drive business performance. And we see that leaders are definitely more at ease in identifying and applying skills within their specific jobs or teams, rather than comprehending the skill landscape across the company. That makes sense, right? We prefer, having being an expert in what we know at the team level. And we reach our goal and mission there to equip managers for a better impact.
Really interesting, this approach of workshops. Really interesting. For what we keep hearing about the ups and lows of the blockchain technologies, tell me more about those risks.
True. We have to mitigate the risk, definitely. So from a skill nomenclature perspective, we use skills already identified and defined by global norms. So for example, HRTech for soft skills and LinkedIn for other hard skills. So we don't reinvent the wheel. So that's on the skill identification. From a blockchain perspective, and thank you for this question, we are aware from the casino mindset by favoring more utility rewards, okay? So we have also opted for a private blockchain, pioneer in the HR world, with the most influential HR actors as part of the governance of the foundation, which is a non-profit organization, so the Velocity Foundation. We also use a technology called Open Badge that maintains interoperability standards for education. So they already have a standard that can be recognized all over the world. And the benefits are the following. They have been working already for a few years with at the level of the foundation with founding members in the consulting industry and in the HR software industry on building this standard at the global level. Plus, in a private blockchain based on the Ethereum technology, but not Ethereum, there are no gas fees as for the public blockchain, which respects the corporate responsibility for energy consumption.
Really, really interesting. And then where does Good4work fit into this big picture? Could you share more about your use cases if you can, of course?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I can of course share about our work. So between too much complexity and a lack of expertise in talent management, there's a third path. And start small at the team level, where building the skill set matters the most to drive business performance. And we can empower team leaders in their role as chief talent officers through the process. So indeed, we all intuitively know that all the disengagement and talent capabilities issues also come from the fact that hybrid managers need to be trained to lead in the new hybrid environment. We were talking about that, Aline. Management is a gym that we need to practice.
Yeah,
and to lead by example, they also need to upskill and identify their skills and soft skills while identifying who in their team can help them in their roles. So this is how we do that at the team level, starting with workshop before using the product to reinforce the positive behaviors that can drive the performance. And we work for that with the consulting industry to help them map their skills, because they do have a high stake in terms of skill mapping and identification. Of course, to be able to be a step to be able to meet with their customers' needs, and we then tokenize their talent skills once we have identified that at the team level, so that it can help them also to create that emotional connection with the company brand. Because when you own your tokenization of skill, you definitely can create that connection, this emotional connection, to engage their talents with the brand. We also help communities of experts in different fields to recognize their experts and talents. And we are starting working more and more with corporate brands as well, with frontline workers, for their recognition initiatives to include career data ownership in their total rewards program. So there's a lot to come up. It's very exciting,
very rich,
and it's to be so exciting to be at the forefront of the development of the most promising emerging technology.
Such innovative technology. What I would conclude by, of course, thanking you so much for granting me this interview. Géraldine, what I would propose is that everyone interested in your technology and your solutions could contact you on, of course, on LinkedIn. And for us, maybe to meet again soon, to share new use cases, maybe case studies of potential clients or professionals in HR, and keep everyone interested in HR and new technologies soon.
Happy to tell you more. Thank you, Aline.
Thank you very much, Géraldine, and see you soon.